Hey, what's up, everybody? Sorry about that. Um, huh. Never had that happen before. Screen was completely black, but it acted like it was streaming. Did you guys hear me there for a second, just a minute ago? Could you hear me talking and not see anything, or maybe you could see everything? I don't know. Looking at the chat, turn on live chat because I'm horrible about remembering to turn on live chat. Looks like Erie Eric's here. Toxic Bacon and Spencer Shirley 1998 is here. Angry Blacksmith, good evening. Uh, Apologies for not being here Saturday. I mean, I was here, but I had literally no cell phone service, no electricity, no nothing, so it sucked. It sucked pretty bad. Uh, I thought for sure it was going to be back on Sunday in time, but it just wasn't. It wasn't on in time. Of course, there was a million things to do once it did come back on, and it really is a one of those things you don't realize how much you need / want it until it's gone. But yeah, it's definitely nice to have electricity. I guess I mean, of course, let me also say, I know a lot of people are having a rough time right now, and I saw yesterday about the tornado, maybe the longest pathway of a tornado ever in United States history in Kentucky, of all places. And I think there was something like 16 tornadoes touched down around the same time or at the same time. It was some crazy number like that. So obviously it could have been a lot worse. I'm not going to say it's impossible for me to get hit by a tornado here. I've always been told, my grandpa, as I was growing up, and the elders around him, that tornadoes wouldn't happen here because of the way the land is here, the way the hills are. Obviously, I'm also right by a river. I don't think that would really matter, though, other than, like, I've seen water spouts on the ocean. But I've heard, I don't know if that was a theory they had. I don't know if there was some science to that. But I've never known of a tornado to be anywhere near here, really, other than it's about 35, 40 minutes up the road in Athens, Ohio. Knock on wood. Anyway, before I get too deep into that, this is the case of, I think they're 2019s. Yeah. 144th day, 2019, with an inspection date of 5/22. So still before the inspection date. And we all know that the inspection date is not a Best Buy date or anything like that. And if you didn't know that, now you know. MRE case was provided by foreignmre.com. If you guys are looking for yourself a case, you can go over there. Use a promo code, I think is what you call it, OS10 or Oldsmokey 10, and you'll get yourself $10 off of a case of MREs or a case of First Strike rations. I assume that's still valid. I think he's kept that going the whole time. So you guys can easily go get yourself $10 off if you want to pick up a case. Hey, Cyanide Cookie says, to your generator fund. I mean, I because you just said that, I've been thinking about that, obviously, a lot, because we didn't have power, and I thought yesterday I was going to have to go and buy one. And luckily, it ended up coming back on, and I was going to go to Harbor Freight and get one, so it would have been closed by the time I would have made that decision anyway. We will have to get your boys on the exercise bike generator next time. Glad you're all good, brother. Well, I appreciate the super chat, Dan. And you're right, man. I do need to get a generator. That's something I've got to get set up, because everything in the freezers was thawing out. You know how it goes whenever your power goes out. I'm sure everybody out there's experienced it before. It's nothing special, nothing new. I just hope this isn't kind of a outlook on things to come. Because if this is like the preface for what the winter's going to be like, then we're in trouble. All right, let's pick out an MRE. I just kind of want to stick my hand in here, but you know what? Let's see what we got here. That looks like that might be the one. Some ravioli. We got the beef patty jalapeno pepper jack. What else we got in here? We got cheese tortellini and tomato sauce. I always steer away from the vegetarians, and then whenever I make the decision to eat a vegetarian MRE, I'm like, man, I should eat these more often. But I steer away from them. I guess my memory's not that great. Had a couple pieces of jerky from Dan, too, I need to get to. But I'm not seeing them right now. I thought I had them right here. Pork sausage patty, maple flavored. And let me tell you, if you've never had one of them, they are very maple flavored. Chicken burrito bowl, one of my favorites, actually, as far as the newer menus go. 2020s and 2021s, both those got a good new menu, if I'm not mistaken. And we got Mexican-style chicken stew. I really like this, like the corn in it. It's kind of like a, I mean, it's a stew, it's a soup. Another one of my favorites. So, the burrito bowl and the Mexican-style chicken stew both are up there on my list of favorites. Divine Spirits Taco Girl Messages TV, those ravioli MREs. Well, I think my son's a big fan of the ravioli, if I'm not mistaken, but I think I got quite a few ravioli mains. I don't know what else is in these other than the main. I did not look these up to see what the sides are, which year to year they change some, and sometimes by company to company, the sides and stuff will vary just a little bit, depending on, it just depends, really. On factors that I don't even know why sometimes. Just whatever's available and approved by the government for them to pack into the MREs and whatever's available. And obviously probably something to, if they can cut a little bit of cost by putting something else cheaper in there, they will. So, you know what? Let's just do the ravioli. Let's just go ahead and do the ravioli. I'm good with that. I like this one too. The jalapeno pepper jack beef patty. It's obviously not very much of a beef patty, but it's got a great flavor. And there is quite a bit of beef to it. But it's one of those pressed and formed deals like the sausage patty. No, you're not getting up here. Stop. Oh, all right. 2019 beef ravioli in meat sauce. This seems like a very, very light MRE. As you can see, it's really thin. Not much thickness to it here either. Out of the ones that were in that case, this is probably the smallest one. Even the sausage patty might have been pretty close to this, and it just seems like they're lacking. Like the smaller MREs like this, I don't know. Let's see how many items are in here and what this is, because maybe it'll be a decent full meal, maybe it won't. This probably won't. Oh, nice. That almost never works out like that, so that was a nice little bonus. Let's see what we got in here. There's our hot beverage bag. Looks like something's busted in there. Huh. That's not something I expected to see. Let's see what else we got in here. We've got a wheat snack bread. Trans fat free. 180 calories in that thing. Any vitamins and minerals? Let's see. 20% on your calcium, 10% on your iron. And it's made by Sterling Foods. There's our flameless ration heater. Should be a really good one. Oh, okay. This is sticky. Tropical punch flavored. No fruit juice. Where's it leaking from? Is the question. Because it's definitely this powder that is all over everything. It's one of the seams opened up on it. It looks kind of like it might have came out right here. A little bit. I don't see a hole in it anywhere. It's just almost like whenever they packed it up, it had some of the powder was stuck to the packaging or something, maybe. Weird. World Flavors. Ivyland, PA. Ivyland, PA. Never heard of Ivyland, PA before. Never heard, I never paid attention or seen World Flavors before either. That's a company I wouldn't mind looking up. Well, that feels okay. It doesn't feel like there's anything weird about it or anything. It's just there is tropical punch stuff all over everything. Here's our good old-fashioned MRE spoon. It's been around since mid-91. Full year 1992. 130th day. Looks like we got ourselves some Splenda type stuff. 0-calorie sweetener in there. And I don't know what kind of coffee that is. We'll look at it here in a second. What else is in here? Oh, we got a package of M&Ms. Classic milk chocolate. Made with real milk chocolate. They feel perfect. They should. 230 calories in one package of M&Ms. Best before 3 of 2020. I think we all know that M&M's dates don't really matter, but it's kind of weird because those are expired not long after they go into the package. Here is our beef ravioli. Kind of I would say stiff is the description I would use for that. What else we got in here? A chocolate banana nut muffin top. I'm actually a big fan of these. I like those. I like banana stuff though. And a cheese spread. Okay, that'll go good with the wheat snack bread, I guess. All right. That is what we got. So what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 food items. And then you're going to have 2 drinks right there. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 food items. Is there anything else in there? There's powder down in there. That's it. Empty. Alright. Let's see what we got going on in this beef ravioli. 350 calories. That's a really calorie-dense main, actually. Last main I had was 220 calories, I believe. So this is a whole 120 calories more than that. 45% of your sodium. Whoa, that's a lot of salt. And I bet you it won't even be salty. And guys, look at that ingredients list. I mean, that's a 3-inch long ingredients list. Kind of ridiculous, if you ask me. Made by the Warnick Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. The 5 R's for optimal recovery. Number 1, replenish energy stores often. 2, repair muscles. 3, replace fluids and electrolytes. 4, reduce fatigue. 5, rest and recover for the next mission. Timing is critical. eat and drink within 30 to 60 minutes after physical activity. Oh, I didn't know you needed to do that. I think I just missed a super chat, guys. Hang on, let me scroll back up here. I'm into pain. Says, hello, Smoke. It's hard to believe December is about halfway here. No. Thank you for the super chat. I'm into pain. And, man, yes, you're right. We are almost halfway through December. Today's what, the 12th? No, it's the 13th. I didn't have to fill out paperwork at the doctor today, so I guess I haven't written the date down. I don't even have my Christmas tree up yet, so I'm feeling really, really, really behind. You know how it is when you don't have something like that done. It's just going to eat at me until we get it done. So tomorrow, I don't think I have anything else going on tomorrow. I've got to try to get that banged out. Man, I'm into pain. Thank you for that $20 super chat. I really, really appreciate that, man. Let me go throw this into the boiling water and come back and we'll tray the rest of this up. Be right back. Have you guys seen these before? I'm looking right at the chat right now. Pick these up. I am not a chocolate chip fan. I don't know if you guys have heard me talk about that before or anything like that, but I do not like chocolate chip cookies. Picked these up the other day and picked up the Chips Ahoy. They had the Chips Ahoy brand and it's hanging in the same spot, so I picked up both to try them out. They're little soft cookies. And these are outstanding for what they are. Really good. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of them. I'll eat a couple of them, probably. But thought I'd pass that along. Walmart gas station is where I picked those up. Oh, I wish I didn't have to shop at Walmart. We really don't have much else around, though. Outside of driving across the river, maybe. And really going out of my way to go somewhere else, which I probably should do. Oh. Oh, anybody out there watching this right now, if you haven't subscribed to History Savior 1941's channel, I would really appreciate it if you guys would go sub to his channel. And also, my buddy Delicious, which his name in English is Peter. What was I watching? I was watching something yesterday, last night, or early this morning, something like that, and it had something to do with it was a drift driver. That's when I was sitting at McDonald's using their internet. That's what it was yesterday. They took a guy that played video games and was a champion video game drifter and put him in a real life situation in a real life car. It was over in Poland, and that guy killed it. He did really good in the real life situation. But his name was Piotr. It's how I would pronounce the spelling of Delicious's name and this other fella. But I think that other guy might have been English, and he just called him Peter. So, which Delicious did tell me that his name translated to that a long time ago. So that's what I've referred to him as. We've got to open up the accessory packet. These things are usually kind of like a little gift inside a gift. You know, when you open up an MRE and you don't know what's inside it, it's kind of like opening up a little food Christmas gift. But the accessory packets are something I always look forward to opening. Yeah, these ones don't smell quite as good as the vintage ones. Although these do have a decent smell to them. You get a lot of that cardboard. And if there's matches in there, you get a scent of the phosphorus, which does not have matches. I didn't think so because I didn't smell them. But you can smell the toilet paper, butt ration. You can smell the gum. The gum is very strong. and like some cardboard. Whoop. And there is the new style Lighthouse butt ration, toilet paper, paper towel, napkin with a phone number on it. This stuff, I've seen this exact stuff ending up in a lot of civilian MREs and rations with the self-advertisement on there with the phone number and the www.lighthousesf.org. We got a package of iodized salt, which we will not be using that because this is way over my sodium intake anyways. Got a nice little moist towelette that's latex free, funny enough. Got a package of hot sauce. This hot sauce is good, but I really like the chili lime hot sauce. Is my favorite. It's my favorite hot sauce that comes in MREs, period. 91st day. 9091. I like numbers like that. 90, 91. I don't know. Weird sequential like that. Bill's Brew. Freeze-dried coffee. William James Coffee Company. 1.5 grams. Looks like it's probably some Arabica. 9071. I'm going to assume that's... And then there's a 1B after that. And here's our stupid 0-calorie sweetener. Not a fan of that. Because then they'll go ahead and give you a creamer next. And there's no... Oh, yeah, there is. 4 grams. Servings per container, 1. How many calories in here? 20 calories in here. Not much, but your Giannis Brothers. And here's the really strong scented gum. Yeah, it's got a lot of scent coming off of that. I don't know if maybe my nose is working better right now or what. Probably got time to mix up one of these drinks before I gotta go get that ravioli out. Go ahead and mix up the tropical punch. The package is all sticky. I don't know how that happened. It had to happen in the factory. And I make this a habit. It's like every time I say the same thing. It's like eating a pixie stick. That's actually pretty mild. Tastes like real sugar. And really, it's very granulated, which I like that. Instead of it being that fake sweetener, and it's got an immediate fake taste to it, and kind of I guess a texture too. All right. Shoot some water to that. Oh boy. Well, that chunked up really bad for some odd reason. We'll talk about, hey, Bus Stop, I hope you're doing all right, man. I know you said you was in the hospital or going in the hospital. Had tested positive there on a comment. Wow, I've never seen one do this before. That's really weird. Look at that. It like made these little bubbles of powder that aren't popping. Huh. Must have had some moisture to it or something. Give it a really good stir. Just wanted to stick to that spoon bad. Okay, even those little bubbles taste kind of weird. Huh. I'm going to let that sit just like that for now. Let me go grab the ravioli real quick. I'll be right back. yeah, we'll talk about what my plan was for this week's live stream that I didn't get to do. And I figured doing it on a Monday, a lot of folks wouldn't get the memo and get to show up. So I'll do it this Saturday. This cheese spread's really weird. There's like no air inside of it at all. Usually there's a little bit of air in there, which makes it easier to knead up. Unless it's got a hole in it somewhere or something. See how it's really hard to knead up. As soon as I press it together. Cheese spread and peanut butter both. You want to make sure you knead them up really good. If not, you get a lot of oil separation. Even on fresh rations like this. Sometimes especially so on the fresh ones. I don't understand. This is a weird package of cheese. Alright. Good old wheat snack bread. Not my favorite. I'm sure you guys know that. There it is. This is nice and toasted. That doesn't smell too awful bad. A lot fresher than normal. What I'm used to, I guess you could say. I do indulge in the vintage style MREs a lot. And the wheat snack bread, when it ages, it just gets more intense. Typically more chewy. A lot more sour smelling and tasting. Every quality that I don't like about it intensifies with time. So, yeah. Not a big fan of the older wheat snack bread. We'll see how the fresh one is. Look at that. Chocolate banana nut muffin top. This thing came out in one piece. I am surprised. It felt like it was just crushed beyond recognition. And these things, with age, always dry out really bad and just turn into a crumbly mess. Whereas this looks like a really soft cookie, is what that looks like. You can smell that banana essence that they inject into that dough. It smells pretty good, actually. The chocolate and the banana mixes well together. Alright. Heat that wheat snack bread up with that. And get our coffee going real quick. And then we're just about there. Just about ready. We use the foreign MRE.com coffee mug. I'm going to use this fake sweetener. Although I don't even know, it's Walmart brand, is it not? I think that's the only place you can get that Enjoy stuff, isn't it? That's the type of cream and sugar that they used to get us when I worked on the boat. They'd always get like the little spin the top over so you could dump it in type creamer and sugars. Gluten-free food. What is this? Ingredients: dextrose, maltodextrin, and sucrose. Sucralose. Sorry, not sucrose. Sucralose. So what would this be considered? Made by Sugar Foods Corporation, New York, New York. One packet contains the sweetness of 2 teaspoons of sugar, and it only weighs 0.035 of an ounce. 1 gram. 1 gram. I don't know what it's just 0-calorie sweetener. I don't know what type of fake sweetener that is. So you do whose website? Oh, the sugar company. This what was it called? I just threw the wrapper down in here. I'll let everyone know in advance this time. There we go. Sugar Foods Corporation, New York, New York. little girl, you don't need to be getting up here. Put in the good old Bill's brew here. I'm sure I've had this coffee before. There's a good look at it. Pretty chunky. Very dark. Almost like it's gotten some moisture to it. I wonder. Here's a good look at that. It's got a little bit of a... I don't know. It's got a little bit of a weird smell to it. Almost like a... If you... Have you ever smelled carbonation? Like you can tell that something's carbonated? I guess maybe it'd be the caffeine. Okay, I just ripped that open and didn't rip it open. I didn't get any of the cut or the rip down below where it needed to be, so I just damaged my tray. Oh yeah, smooth. The other side opened up other than what I intended. Gianna's Brothers, New Jersey, right? This does contain milk. Huh. It says non-dairy. And then it says contains milk. Okay, which one is it? Some of this on my tray. Get it over in the cup. Waste not, want not. Alright? Alright. Where's my water? There it is. Ugh. G. Schultz is here. G. Schultz is here. G was just saying that Saturday we might both live stream this Saturday. Him before me. He said he'd start like at 6 because he wants to do his holiday live stream, which I think this will be the last weekend. Will this? Maybe not. Let's see. Today's Monday. Maybe it will be. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, this will be the last weekend. Christmas must be going to fall around the weekend. I don't know. I haven't even looked. This weird drink over here. I'm going to set this one off to the side. Let's take a look at this thing again. Looks like most of it has dissolved. Left behind some bubbles, but... maybe not. Nope. Still hasn't. Man, that is weird. Gotta try to pop them with the back of the spoon, maybe. That'll do it. You know how, like, whenever you were a kid and you would have Nestle's Quick, the powder, out of the, like, metal tin? That's how I used to have it anyway. And you mix it up, and then there'd be, like, these little air bubbles with the powder trapped inside. And I used to love getting those little air bubbles with the powder trapped inside. But that's exactly what it seems like is going on here with this drink mix, which is kind of weird. I've never had this happen before that I recall. Maybe I have, but I don't remember. But if I did, it wasn't to this extreme, for sure. Excuse me. Huh. Clean the spoon off here. Alright. Give this a mix. Look good. Grab my bowl. Oh, for the ravioli. Ow. It's hot. Dang it. I guess I'm going to have to get it all out that hole. Maybe. It's not wanting to come out. Yeah, that ain't going to work. I'm going to have to cut that. Burn my fingers. Burn my fingers. There we go. Pretty much got it all the way. There we go. Now maybe it'll come out of there. It's kind of thick looking for as hot as it is. And even though this main's not any bigger than any other main, it feels more substantial. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and burn my fingers, that's fine. Ooh, yeah. All right. Get rid of this. And we're almost done. Or I'm almost done. It's almost time to dig in. Oh, a mitt. Yeah. Probably should have had something like that, huh? Before I go any further, let me do this. Now the like breadsticks come. Just a half of it. Make a couple strips of bread there. Alright. There's a lot of sauce right there on top I was able to squeeze out of that package, so maybe I should mix it up a little bit. Alright. There's your ravioli with meat sauce. Looks like it's got some herbs injected into that meat. You can actually like see some herbs sticking out right there, and obviously quite a bit of a variety of look in that meat there. All right, I'll get the other half of it and down the hatch. Nice and fresh, chewy. The pasta's got a nice chew to it. No weird flavoring from the packaging, because a lot of times with a red sauce like this, if you boil it just a little bit too long, you will taste the packaging, and you don't want to taste the packaging, trust me. So be careful. If you ever, I mean, this goes for Chef Boyardee, anything over the counter even, but especially stuff in retort pouches. If you boil it in the package and you're boiling it on the stove, like 4 minutes. It just has to be heated up to you know, super hot. So 3-4 minutes in rolling boil water is plenty. But the flavoring on this is pretty complex. It's not very salty, but you would think it would be. It's got a nice bit of meat coming through there. It's mainly in the sauce, though. The stuff inside the ravioli, it's exactly what you would expect. Very, very pate-ish, like a beef pate, almost. But the chunks of beef that's in the sauce is really nice. It gives it a really nice chew. Yeah, I wouldn't complain about that. This is also one of those dishes for the younger guys in the military, whether you be a Marine, in the Army, Navy, whatever. If you're in a situation where you're eating MREs, it's probably not a great situation anyways, unless it's some training. Still not a great situation. But this, for a lot of guys, Americans, this is like a taste of your childhood, if that makes any sense. It gives you that feeling of having a meal when you were a kid. Just brings back memories of days gone by. Get a little nostalgic about it. And it's something super simple like this. You wouldn't think much about it, but in the right circumstances, when you're cold, you're wet, you're exhausted, you throw this in your flameless ration heater and it comes out steaming hot, and you're eating it out of the bag, and it's doing something for you. You know, it boosts your morale. I don't know if this could ever boost anybody's morale, but maybe. Let's give it a try. Wheat snack bread tastes like Play-Doh, kind of. It's got a weird kind of a, I guess, it tastes the way Play-Doh smells, if that makes sense. And it's overly sweet for a bread like this, in my opinion. That's why I think the wheat snack bread's not the way to go here. Guys at Natick need to come up with a new bread for MREs, because I know that they could. Something that would easily last 5 years. Or even go with like the Canadian bun. Canadian buns are awesome. No complaints from me there. And that they would be great with something like this. Not so much with the cheese spread on a bun, though. I don't know. Let's try them together. MRE bread sucks. The crackers are where it's at, right, Shocker? If it needs a bread item, just put the crackers in my opinion. That's my personal opinion, but maybe some guys really like the bread. I don't know. I've ran into very few people that would pick the bread over the crackers. You know what I mean? Oh, so Sean, Ration Museum, says he's lucky. Oh, I love all of it. Oh, well, I think I would pick the crackers over the... I don't know. Maybe you wouldn't. Maybe you wouldn't pick that. One complaint that I have about the ravioli is it's too thick. They should have thinned this out just a little bit, because it's very pasty. But look at the meat in that. Tons of meat in that sauce. Just jam-packed full of it. Yeah, I would almost like add water to that or something. Let's put a little cheese on the bread. See how it mixes with the bite that I've already got in my mouth. Look at that color. Very, very light yellow. Although cheese shouldn't be yellow anyway. Give it a try. It's exactly what you think of. If you've ever had Cheese Whiz, you've had MRE cheese spread. When it's fresh, that is. Now, when it gets older, and it's in these little retort pouches, which it gets this opportunity to age, it gets weird. It gets very strong sometimes. I mean, it can get really weird. And if you guys were around last week, or, yeah, was that last week? Yeah, last week. I opened up an MCI. Was it 66 or 68? And I was surprised with the best looking can of cheese I've ever found. And I've been scouring the internet looking to see if anybody else has had one that looked this good. And I haven't found one yet. So, that is going to get a video made about it. It's going to be a very short video about MRE cheese. And I'll probably break out at least one old cheese spread to go along with it. But if I can eat that, I'm going to eat it. Because there can't be very many cans of cheese left from the Vietnam era that are still edible. The cheese spread's really, really rich and creamy. It's not like sharp. It's not like a sharp cheddar cheese or anything. I mean, it is a cheddar for sure. I'm trying to think of something this would go good with, but I don't know. Maybe my son likes it. My son really likes this with crackers. Like some Ritz crackers. Good old hot sauce. I think this is supposed to be the generic kind, but I actually like this hot sauce better than Tabasco most of the time. Especially the lime, the chili lime. It's by far my favorite. Alright, put a little bit of hot sauce. Yeah, that's plenty. You can see it on there. Right. Oh, under my finger. Down the hatch with the hot sauce on the raviolis. Obviously a vinegar base on the hot sauce. It's got a little bit of heat to it. Not gonna lie. It's not bad. While I'm chewing, you still have time to go to annandallen.com. Right? Where's it at? Somewhere on the back here. Oh, right here. annandallen.com. And get somebody in your family, maybe their first gooey butter cake. Look at that. And if you've never had gooey butter cake, hit up Miss Marilyn at annandallen.com. Miss Marilyn here in the chat. Look, 73 different flavors. She probably has more than that now. This pamphlet's at least a couple years old. Guys, go order yourself. I mean, this is not me. This is nothing more than me passing along some really awesome food. Because Miss Marilyn makes one mean gooey butter cake. And it's been renowned on Food Network, Travel Channel, Today Show, Chicago Tribune. So, people take notice. Check that out. History of the gooey butter cake. Early 1940s. Here, I'll put it up here so if anybody wants to pause it and read about the history of the gooey butter cake, you can. And probably the history of Miss Marilyn's. I've read these before, but it's been probably been a couple years since I read them. Alright, what was I doing? Moving the ravioli out of the way. The hot sauce. Pretty hot for generic hot sauce. It does taste better than Tabasco, though. But that's a personal preference of mine. Tabasco really... The only time I really like Tabasco is with a breakfast menu, like the hash browns. Oh, it's perfect with that. What else do I like Tabasco with? Corned beef hash, but that's an old menu. If it weren't for the Great American Rumble Strip, I would have just gone off the road thinking about gooey butter cake. Yeah, don't be doing that, man. Creeth? Creeth? Am I saying that right? Creeth? Guess I'm going to wash that down with some of this weird fruit punch that, I don't know. I don't know. That actually does taste weird. It's got like a You guys are going to think I'm stupid. It kind of has like a dirty sock kind of weird flavor to it. What in the world is that? Yep, I don't like it. I don't like that at all. That is not normal. There's something wrong with that. It does not taste like it should. Huh. Well, that's the first time I've ever encountered it like that before. Plus the weird... I mean, the only thing I can think that taste is, it's like, you know how a dirty, sweaty sock smells? It's kind of got that weird taste. It's almost like borderline like a chemical flavor. I don't know. I've got to keep going back for more to try to describe it. It barely even tastes like fruit punch or tropical punch, though. I don't know. I can't keep doing that, though. Call it done. Pete says, I can attest to Miss Marilyn's magical ministrations of confectionery bliss. Curious Pete says. I'm pretty sure there should be a video on my channel of a gooey butter cake from a long time ago. You'd really have to be looking for it. But, yeah, when Miss Marilyn sent them to me, pretty sure I did a video on it. I can't guarantee. I think I did. If I didn't, I should have. I guess that's one way to put it. I'm going to put that hot sauce in one of these empty-ish, mostly empty Tabasco bottles I got up here. Alright, well, still got the coffee going for me. Maybe I'll have one good drink there. I'm just going to go in for this weird-looking banana nut muffin. Where did they come up with a muffin top? Because that, like, really is not like a muffin top, if you ask me. What is that? Is that I thought that was a nut right there. I don't know what that is. I'm going to take that bite and see what that is. Now, that's a nut right there. A walnut. But the stuff below it, maybe that's like banana flavoring or something? I don't know. Let's see. A lot of banana flavor, but I can't tell if it came from that stuff or not. There's some more of it right there. That's what that is. That's like it's almost like a banana icing. It's actually really good, though. Even though it's kind of artificial, that the banana is, it's really good. Yeah, given to the homeless in New York. The bottoms are recycled. They couldn't even give them away. The episode of Seinfeld, if you guys didn't see it, Kramer had trash bags of them on that bus. He was going around giving tours of something. I can't remember what it was, like a serial killer or something. And he tried giving away his snacks. He took them to a dump. Like, they could not get rid of them. Yeah, I'm like craving that little bit of, it was really sweet and creamy and had a really nice texture to it. Is there any more of that through here that I can find? That was a nice little chunk of it. I don't know that I've ever had a hit of it like that, but look, there's a little bit right there. Right there. It's like little morsels of banana flavoring throughout this basically really soft cake cookie, whatever. Yeah, that banana flavoring is actually really good. Which I'm a big fan of banana anyway. That's my favorite oatmeal, is banana. Excuse me. What are you doing? Yeah, that's what I thought. Stupid cat. Alright, sorry about that. Cat was in there trying to eat my food that I had earlier today. Of course, this should wash it down pretty good. This was Bill's Brew with artificial sweetener. Well, it didn't say artificial. It said 0-calorie sweetener. Whatever that is. This has to be... Although looking at the ingredients, it just says dextrose, maltodextrin, and sucralose. I've never had that stevia stuff. I saw that the other day at the store, and I was like, I thought to myself, I've never tried that stuff before. I don't know if it's a fake sweetener or some like derived from a plant or something like that. Seems like it might be. Ginger Snap George says stevia is okay. I'd like to try it just to see. I mean, I'm going to probably opt for real sugar whenever I can, but let's see here. I had a couple pieces of beef jerky, not beef jerky, but jerky, and I think they've fallen down here. I'm going to have to get them some other time, I guess. Anyway, they came from Dan in Australia. I'll have to dig them out of there and have them some other time, I guess. Oh, and Mr. Delicious, who sent these awesome USSR smokes last week. I mean, just what a cool piece of history. Something from the USSR that's still consumable. Alright, cat. Get. God, cat. You're getting on my nerves, kitty. Say hello. Say hello. Yeah, you're about as ornery as they come. And you've gotten big. Trucker, buddy. If you're ever within distance, bud, this one, I'm going to send this thing home with you. If you're ever within driving distance of me, I'm sending it your way. Because she's got a lot of growing to do still. Like growing into her body. She's real awkward and kind of skinny and weird right now. She's just at that stage. But yeah, she's definitely getting on my nerves. Anyways, these smokes from Delicious. Look how good a shape they're in. They're in fantastic condition. They really are. I mean, they got a little bit of a scent to them. Not as much as some vintage smokes that I've had, but these ones. Did I take a cellophane off of these? I don't think I did. I think that's why these are kind of the way they are. And the way he described these in the note that he sent was like these are like the bottom of the barrel. I like that red print on there. I might have it upside down. I can't tell. Camera. I think that's right. I think so. Yeah. but I mean, they're a little bit shaped from being compressed, kind of a weird rectangle, a little bit. But the one I had last week was actually really good. But I only smoked. This is not to be confused with a beginner cigarette for someone. This is a man's cigarette. This is something this will put hair on your chest. And if you're a lady and you don't want hair on your chest, I probably wouldn't even try one of these. They're something else. Now you said they were like the crappy tobacco, but I gotta say they're not. It's not bad tobacco. That first drag off of it's super smooth, and it immediately has that somewhat of a subtle floral, almost like a toasted marshmallow, and a little bit of a rose scent or flavor, I guess you'd call it, because it seems like it comes through my nose more than it does my palate. A lot of the flavor comes from the scent. But last week I only smoked half of it, and then I smoked the other half like midway through the week. Might not could. Might end up as a bearded lady son or something. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. That could be. Might instead put it. Well, you might end up just looking like me. Thought about dyeing it gray and going and signing up somewhere to sit in a mall as Santa Claus. How was the Horn and Hard Art coffee on the show? Was that what it was? Was it Horn? It doesn't sound right. Hard Art's right. Doesn't sound. I don't think it was Horn though. Seems like they were the ones that ran the automats in the city. They started out in New York City or Philly. Maybe it was Philly, and then the second one was in New York City. But that's something that I would love to see revived, especially with this whole. Man, I don't want to say it on my channel or even on a live stream video. Screw it. I don't care. Even with the COVID stuff and the virus stuff, an automat eliminates the person-to-person contact. So, if you guys don't know what an automat is, look it up. It's basically like a huge restaurant that, well, it can be huge. It should be very good size. You'll have like a bunch of places to sit and eat. There may be one. No, there shouldn't even be a cashier, but I think they did have a cashier in the store. One. That's it. One person working out front. That's it. And it would be this wall of more or less vending machine, like doors. And you look through the glass, and there would be a steaming plate of food in there. You know, let's say turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, and a roll, right? The one right next to it might have a club sandwich, a cold club sandwich. Next to it might be, I don't know, let's say a fried bologna sandwich or something. And you put your money in there, open the door up, take the food out. You can take it and sit down right there, or I think you can have it wrapped up to go, and that might be what the person was doing. But the people in the back were constantly making food, putting in the doors, and you come in, you pick from the stuff that was done and already sitting there. I think that idea could be done and done right. So you're not going to be able to pick and choose like basically if there's a burger made, I guess you could send an order to the back and say, hey, I'd like to have a burger with no pickle, no ketchup, no mustard, something like that. If you wanted a burger But anything else, you're just going to have to take it as it is. There's something on there you don't like, either pick it off. That's kind of the way things were back in the day, in a way. You don't cater to every little teeny tiny, you know, every little teeny tiny thing. But I think an automat would be something that would, I think it has the potential to be something that could do really well. And if you did it from a nostalgia point of view, and put like the 40s and 50s twist on the place, like a kind of like a really old vintage diner, but trying to find that old equipment, which would that's how you would get that vintage feel, is finding some original equipment, maybe the original the tables that you'd sit at, the original doors that you'd open. The last one closed, I want to say in the 90s in New York. I'd have to look that up, but it seems like the last one was still open all the way up into the 90s. And man, how cool would it have been to be able to go to an automat? Maybe that was Horn and Hard Art. Now that I've talked so much, maybe it was. So that stuff. First of all, I don't think it was coffee. I think it was, wow, I'm having a brain fart. It was, somebody in the chat will probably tell me. That's a great suggestion. I wish I could have visited. Yeah, dude, an automat would be so fun, G. Schultz. It's right up my alley. I think vending machines have taken off in the past, say, 5 years, and it's become a craze on YouTube. And, you know, everybody loves to go to a vending machine and, you know, like turn the wheel and see what comes out or whatever. And you just do that with food. You can make it affordable by making a lot of this, you know, you're not catering to each thing. You're not making a million different things. You're just making like 5 or 6 different dishes. That's what's in there. Maybe 10 different dishes. That's what's in the doors. It's hot. It's ready. You put your money in, $5. You got a plate of food comes out. Something like that. Was in Philly until 1962. Curious Pete says Horn and Hard Art was in Philly until 1962. So the automat Horn and Hard Art, I guess, is what you're probably talking about, because I think the automat started in Philly too. Oh, curious. Okay, so Curious Pete says yes, 1962. So that might have been the last one right there. For some reason, I thought there was one all the way up into the 90s in New York. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm going to burn another cigarette and talk to you guys, and then I'll check out for the night. And I'll tell you guys what I had planned for this weekend. Hang on. Huh. I don't know. I'm burning up. I think it's hotter than the gates in here. That we have help coming this weekend and things will ship. Hey, yeah, now I'm hungry for some diner food, Smitty says. Dude, it's no, hang on. I think I went to this really, really cool diner in New York City. I think it was in Brooklyn. Yeah, it was. It was in Brooklyn. Because we actually got food there on the set after me and Josh went there and ate one night. We were just looking for a place to eat, and we kind of, I don't know if we walked or drove around or what we done, but we ended up at this diner, and it was a place where it was like an elevated train, like an L train. The train was up above, so there was a stairwell right there. I can show you. There was a stairwell right there where you could walk up and get on the subway. And we were there Christmas time 2019, so right before everything went crazy and went downhill. We they had like what are those little hostas? Is that what? No, they're not hostas. What are the Christmas flowers? I can't even remember what they are. Starts with an M, right? Anyway, they had those flowers sitting everywhere, and they had like some lights up. But their menu was huge. If I was to bet, I bet you there was 200 different items. But they had like these really awesome looking fresh made pies, and they made malts and milkshakes and floats, and it was just okay. Let me see if I can find a picture for you guys, because if I can do it by date, look at here. That's funny. I took a picture of it before we opened it. There's the bottom of it. Yep, Horn and Hard Art. The coffee was awful, by the way. It wasn't good. But it wasn't. I don't think it was coffee. I think it was alternative coffee alternative. Yeah, there was the 20 before it was 2020. Times Square. Back when Times Square used to be normal. Did this make the show? This can of Coke? Anybody know? The new Coke? I don't know if it made the show or not, but that was a fun one to do, actually. I really enjoyed that. It was a collector can. We knew exactly what day that can was canned on. It was like October something, 1985, I think. Maybe it was 95. Hang on. April 1985. Inaugural production run. I can barely read it, but maybe that'll help. No, not much. The Coca-Cola Bottling Company, New York, New York. Let's see if I can find that. Yeah, here it is. Boom. All right, cool. Took a little video. I don't know. Let me see what this is. I don't remember taking a video. 35 seconds. Oh yeah, okay. It's me and Josh out in front of the diner.
Oh, for sure. I mean, this place is just super dope looking. You get the elevator train right above it, the L train. It's the classic, super classic stainless steel diner with the neon lighting above.
It was so cool, man. Really was.
This is great.
A little 35-second video, so yeah, that's the end of it. I'll show you pictures inside too, real quick. Oops, wrong way. Look at this. The reflection of the stupid camera. Yeah, you can get the idea. Had that Christmas feel to it. It was I don't know, it was just one of those experiences that I'll never forget. And the food was amazing. And like I said, luckily we got to eat there a few times. We didn't actually get to go there, but we ordered from there whenever we were doing studio work after that. We had them ordered from this diner because the food was just awesome. I thought I had a picture of the pies and stuff. Maybe I don't. Look, that was the view from the top of the studio. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see it very well. Dang it. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Kind of. There we go. Kinda. Yeah, I think it was snowing that night. Had a great view of the World Trade Center over there. The bridges. I got a daytime picture right here too. Yeah. The view up there was amazing. So if I'd walk up there and smoke a cigarette, that was my view. Like I could have stood up there all day, every day, looking at that view. It was amazing. Is that the diner from the Mighty Ducks movie? Oh. Oh yeah. Well, this is a pretty clear day right here. I mean, it's cloudy, but I know I have pictures of when it was sunny and clear. There, it focused. This is like a wintertime picture. I had a really cool view at this hotel they put me in one time too. Can't remember what the name of that. There was like a studio, Silver Cup or something like that. It's not going to focus. There you go. It's like right there. But wait till you see the nighttime picture right here. Look at this. That's the nighttime picture from the same spot. Silver Cup Studios. I guess they film a lot of stuff there, like NYPD. NYPD Blue was filmed there, like all kinds of stuff. Silver Cup. I have no idea, Robert. Oh, is that it? I mean, the view was amazing, but the hotel, I'm not going to comment. You can see how close I was to this bridge right here. Like, really close to the bridge. Oh, yeah, I always remember getting with you, too. G. Schultz, we got together twice, right? Did we get together twice in New York or just once? Seems like we got together twice. Maybe it was the same trip, but we got together two different nights. I've got a picture of you in the DeLorean on here somewhere. I just saw it. Of G. Schultz sitting in a DeLorean. Where is it? I know I just saw it. Got some really good pictures of the set. It's not going to focus. But I took like close-up pictures of everything. Some of my stuff sitting on the set. This wasn't mine, but it was super cool. Little TV, like a really old little TV set thing from way back in the day. That actually, I guess, would have tuned into a picture. But yeah, I wish. See, some of that stuff right there is mine. You guys probably know some of that stuff right there is mine. You've seen it before here. The 6-packs was mine. The cases of MREs were mine. And they're still in New York. Somewhere. Couldn't tell you where. That's not my picture, but I'd like to have it. I'd like to have that picture. It's a classic. Alright. I was looking for the picture of G. Schultz. There's the one and only time I put on makeup for the show. We didn't get to do the talk shows and stuff because COVID happened and stopped all that. Put a stop to all of it. Alright, where are you at? G. Let's see here. Maybe it's not on. Yeah, here it is. Wait. Nope. Yeah, here it is. Ha. Are you okay with me showing this picture? I know I sent it to you. Look at it. Wait. Have you been on camera? You've been on camera before, right? A long time ago. I'm not going to show this. Never mind. Wait, I posted a picture of me and you eating a sandwich on my channel, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But here's the picture, Mr. Schultz, that I'm talking about. It's a good picture. It's actually a really good picture. Holding up the sports almanac. Ah, the Oreos, the Christmas editions. Oh, yeah, the fresh ones. And then we had 85 and 95, I think. Or no, 97 and 1990, 1997, and fresh. Nope, we had 1989, 1997, and 2020. So we filmed this in 2020 then. Those tins, those bring back memories for me because my dad gave me some stuff in a tin like that once. I did some filming on the set. I wish I would have done a lot more. I wonder if I could get like the footage that they didn't use. How were the Oreos? Okay, so it was really interesting because each rendition of Oreo that we tried had a very different. Oh yeah, that's a cool little video actually. The first ones contained animal fat, if I recall. The second ones, they had removed the animal fat and just used vegetable fat, and I think they had went to kosher by that point. Or no, they hadn't went to kosher. Maybe 97 they hadn't went to kosher yet, and then by 2020 they had went to kosher. And part of the story behind Oreos is, they went kosher. I can't remember what the year was, and they spent millions of dollars making that possible. So for that to happen, they literally had to get rid of all their ovens. They had to buy all brand new, fresh ovens that had never been cooked in before. And the gaskets are like a fiberglass or like an asbestos gasket that goes around the oven to seal it, to keep the heat in. A priest had to come in, or a priest, not a priest, but a rabbi, right? A rabbi, and burn every single one of the gaskets on every single one of the stoves. So that was an interesting fact about Oreo that I didn't know that they had. I didn't even know that they were kosher because it's not something that they use as part of their advertisement. It's not something that they've tried to capitalize on to make money from. Although, you got to think, like, if you're looking for a kosher cookie, you're probably already going to know that Oreos are kosher, so you're going to buy those versus anything else. Like, what was the original? I can't remember the original, like, Oreo. It was Horlicks. No, it wasn't Horlicks. It was what was it? Hydrox. Were copied from Hydrox. Yes. So Hydrox was the original, was the OG, and then Oreos came in with a much catchier name, and honestly, a slightly better cookie. But because the other one, look, if you're looking at it like a chocolate with cream cookie and it's called Hydrox, it sounds like a medicine. It sounds like there's something medical to that cookie. Like, did you slip some medicine in that cookie or something? That's what it makes me think of. So I think that's why they struggled. I think they're still around, maybe even. Hydrox sounds like a detergent. I mean, something chemical, right? Or medicine-like. I think that's why they didn't succeed. They should have changed their name to something better. Um, I don't understand why they did that. I don't understand the backing of that name. They should make all the medicines delivered via cookie. Yeah, no doubt, right? There is a Geno's in my buddy's comedy bar in Chicago. Oh, a Geno's. That's a local thing here. I think it actually got started here, actually. Geno's and Tudor's Biscuit World. My family loves Geno's. I'm not a huge fan of Geno's. That's just my personal preference. You know? Oh, we got a troll. Yay. Not the first one. There's been a couple trolls showing up lately. Don't feed the troll. I will see you guys before Christmas. So before I take off, I'll tell you what my idea was. What I was wanting to do Saturday that I didn't get to do because I didn't have no electricity. Didn't have no electricity yesterday. Went out about 1:30 Saturday. 1:30 in the afternoon. I expected it to come right back on. It did not. There were poles down. I drove around, and then they ended up coming down my street. I don't know what they done down there, but they done something down there. I never did walk down to ask them. So my idea was I'm going to indulge in a pretty rare and special ration, I think. They're kind of hard to come by. The cold weather British rations, the Arctic rations. And I can only eat one meal out of there. Like, that's all I'm going to be able to eat. And I was thinking, whatever I had left over, instead of trying to stretch it out into another live stream, which most people aren't interested, although the food items in those are more than interesting enough to constitute finishing it off. I was thinking I would just go ahead and give whatever was left away. But that's kind of weird, maybe. Maybe that's not right. Maybe somebody'd want it, maybe not. I just like an open ration. So maybe I should do something else. I do like the deep dish as cheap and filling food. I mean, Little Caesars is cheap and filling. Like you said, go in there and get a $5 hot and ready pizza. I'm just not a huge fan of Geno's myself. It's not bad. They do a well, we have them make these pepperoni cheese bread things. It's like they're cheesy breadsticks with pepperoni on it. And those aren't bad, I would say. They're pretty good. They're kind of expensive for what they are, though. Yeah, I'm a thin crust guy, through and through, all day long. If I'm going to eat a pizza, it's typically going to, like around here, it's going to be a Domino's thin crust pizza. It's like a pizza cracker. You know what I mean? I'm not a thick crust guy unless that crust is, or it's got to be right. It's got to be the right crust. If you're going to eat that much bread, it needs to be really good. You know what I mean? I would have changed my time if I would have gone live yesterday. Oh yeah, Kaylin, I answered you on the that post that I put up, and told you there was no way I was going to be able to do it. I was sitting at McDonald's using their internet, and I was replying to everybody's anybody who had replied to that post. I commented back while I had the internet, because up here where I live, when my power was out, I had no phone signal. Like, I couldn't even watch a YouTube video or anything like that. I had a couple games on my old phones that worked without internet. Like, what was one of them? One of them was like a car racing game. I played it for a while. And then another one was like, it was a Candy Crush Saga or something like that. Maybe, I think that's what I was playing. Just to pass some time. But it sucked. It sucked pretty bad. Alright guys, I wanted to make this a short live stream. Let me know what you think about the idea that I had to do the cold weather ration maybe, and maybe somebody would be happy to get because look, whatever's left over is going to be awesome. Like a freeze-dried main, maybe a dessert item, I drink mixes, obviously. It's like a 3-in-1 tea, which you can't get anywhere else except those rations that I know of. Chocolate bar, the only way you can get those chocolate bars is in the cold weather rations, as far as I know. Pretty interesting stuff. But it's either that, or I could do the vintage ration with I've got a canned fruit cake that came out of that ration that had the perfect cheese and had the perfect crackers in it. And then that other can that I opened up last week had a Hershey's chocolate and almond. Yep, it's chocolate with almonds disc in it. Had 2 of them in it. I'd never seen a Hershey's before. If any of you guys have seen a Hershey's disc come out of an MCI can before, let me know. Let me know if there's a video of it on YouTube somewhere, because I looked through all kinds of B unit videos and MCI videos trying to find another Hershey's chocolate disc, and I couldn't find one. I don't remember ever coming across one myself. I think I'd remember that, though. That just seems like something that would stick out in my head, because Hershey's is a name, and I think that's maybe why it held up so good, because Hershey's knows how to do chocolate. You know what I mean? I had a little piece of it left, about like that, because I was trying to save the outer wrapper, and it's been sitting. I'll put it in a baggie, but it's been sitting in there for what, 9 days, 10 days now, and I ate some of it, and it's still perfect. Still just about. It's not quite as good as it was when I first opened it up, but it passes muster. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up, flip the camera around. I thank each and every one of you guys for showing up tonight on this weird, Monday live stream. Thanks again to foreignmre.com for hooking it up with this MRE. And anybody who sent in a super chat tonight, man, thank you guys so much. If I can pull up the super chat list, I would be shocked. Yep, as soon as I hit it, nothing there. Absolutely nothing there. Dan, I'm into pain. And gosh, I'm going to forget somebody. But anyways, you guys know what I'm saying. Thank you guys for sending in the super chats. And huge thanks to my patrons. You guys have actually made it possible for me to get some content that I'm going to be starting up on here real soon. And I'll be able to tell you guys the story of what's been going on in my life for the past 5.5 years that I haven't been able to talk about. I'm finally going to be able to talk to you guys about it. So, all right. I guess now all I got left to do is say thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next live stream. Later.